I was a brand new KGB officer, given my first intelligence assignment. A certain actor and union leader.
Jon, sir, incredible film. How are you? Incredible film. Congratulations. I think this is such an interesting telling, especially because it's through your character's perspective, which is so fascinating to me. First thing is this isn't a movie about politics. It's a man that happens to be in politics. How does the telling of the story of Petrovich's perspective offer a unique view through Reagan's life and the events of that era?
Well, I think the interesting thing is that they were the most focused on Reagan.
Yeah.
We as Americans were focused on him as an actor. He was a good actor too, by the way, but he didn't achieve that kind of stardom that he hoped for. He never found that role that put him into the spotlight. But he did have this abiding understanding of the political world. He understood that, and he understood the danger of communism. So and we show that in the film where it came from. So the Soviets were very alert to, especially with the United States, to looking to see who might be the next leadership and see if they could get to him or stop him or whatever it was, do you see? So they were most focused, and the people in the United States were just looking at an actor that was pretty good, you know what I mean? That was doing pretty well.
Absolutely.
So, and so when he became the head of the union, the amazing thing is that there was something put into the congressional record in 1963, January 10th, exactly, that was the plan of the Soviet Union to take down the United States, the menu. And there was something like 42 things that they listed. These guys were focused on this man. And so it's very good that you get the insights from one of their own spies. This is what they saw, and he tracked them, and he changed in the course of it. And of course, he's telling this young man much after, the demise of the Soviet Union, and he's a different man than he was when he was following Reagan. But you see how he was influenced by him as it went along. It's interesting.
I was only a baby when Ronald Reagan was president of the United States, and I was unfamiliar with how charming, how witty, and how comedic he was to disarm people. Can you talk about how much, because that was stuff I learned pretty much from this film. Can you talk about what you learned about Ronald Reagan throughout your process of working on this film?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I was alert to some of these things you're talking about. I'm going to recommend something to you. Take a look at the Challenger disaster speech, which means the day after the Challenger disaster, when we lost those brave astronauts, and he had to face the nation. You can imagine what was going on with him and the expectation from the people. They were so sad, devastated by this. And he addressed it in such a way to give them hope and gratitude for the sacrifices made by so many people to take us to a higher place is very interesting.
That's incredible. Now,
I'm emotional now talking about it because it's so gracefully, beautifully done. And that's what he could do like no other.
Oh, I totally agree. And
we could take us in a hurt state and lift us up.
Absolutely. So
he was spiritual, and he was spiritual. He was a spiritual man.
Absolutely. Now, what do you hope viewers will gain from seeing Reagan's life and career through the eyes of a former KGB agent like Petrovich?
What do we gain from it?
Yeah, what do you hope viewers kind of take away and gain from it?
Well, I hope they just see in depth. It deepens the story for them. If it had been his buddy from the Congress or something like that, it wouldn't be as interesting. In what he did in his life, it's appropriate that a Russian person stands up for him, because they did. When the Soviet Union was disbanded, the Russian people had a chance at life again in some way. And the people in Russia today have a great regard for Ronald Reagan.
Incredible. Sir, thank you so much for your time. You're an absolute legend. I appreciate it. Thank you for speaking with me. Thank you.
Listen, I'd talk to you anywhere.
Well, thank you, John. I want to give you a big virtual hug.
Thank you, kid. No, very well done. God bless.
I'm curious, Ron, what would you say is the issue of our time?
No question about it. Communism and the Soviet Union.